Alright, hey guys, Luke here, what's up? Welcome back. It's been a while, but if you've been following my Instagram and a little bit of my feed on YouTube, you know why. Johnny Boos has had this car for probably almost a month. It's been about 26 days, I think, if I checked right. Not his fault. Going back through a lot of the previous owner's stuff, or whoever had it before, seems like everything that we tried to do, something was either stripped or broken or needed to be redone. So we had a grand plan of going in here and, you know, just putting on a few things, but then it ended up being, well, that's broken, so we need to replace this, or, well, while you're there, why don't we just do this? And I'm gonna make another video of just kind of exactly what was done. But just know that it's gonna be a sweet machine after this. Right now, what I'm gonna be doing is tuning it. That way I can finally just get out there and feel its full potential for right now off of E85. I know I said I wasn't gonna do that for a while, but it's one of those things that while we were in there, we went ahead and just prepped it for E85. So really all I got to do is drain this tank, fill it up, and get another tune done. So what I'm going to do now is do some idle tunes, some cruise tunes, and since the boost is relatively low, I'm going to go ahead and do some watt pulls as well. I said tunes, I mean logs. That way Nigel can get some actual tunes back over to me, and we can see what this thing really does on full boost. Right now I think it's around 15 pounds. Now that's tuned on the boost box. Johnny said sometimes it interprets it a little bit different, so you might type in 15 pounds but it does 18, or you might type in 15 pounds but it does 11. So anyway, that's kind of what we're going to be doing today, and I'll just bring you along for this short video on that. Let's get started. Alright guys, I almost forgot, I just wanted to do a little finale, not a finale, but it's been over there for so long and I had a couple hubcaps missing off the car. But I got some all the way from Europe. That was the only place I could find these damn things, little ones with the carbon fiber on them. So let's snap those bad boys on and finish this project for now. Probably use two hands for this. Probably could have used two hands for this. Need two hands. There we go. Yep, we don't want to do that. All right. Let's take a little look at this beast. Might as well show you the engine. I know a lot of you guys are wanting to see that. Now I don't only got my GoPro. The 4K is kind of like a wide mode, so I don't know how it's going to look, but either way, let's check it out. This is what you've all been waiting for, and me. So, I mean, if I could just think of all the stuff off the top of my head that you can probably see here. Of course, we've got the Precision 5731, the 62, I think, or 63 AR. Finally got Johnny's 4-inch intake in there, and got the boost box in there, so we converted back to PCM controlled boost. So, you know, we had to have the solenoids hooked up. You know, I had him just clean up a little bit as best as he could, and I think he did a great job. You know, because you got to have all those extra vacuum lines when you have the PCM controlled boost. So those are tucked away nicely. Get down in there and clean up the transmission a little bit. I had the Boomba fuel rail. It had kind of like a weird purple color to it. So I went ahead and had him powder coat that wrinkle black to match the valve cover, and of course the intake manifold, and just kind of everything else along with the cowl. You can see the cowl's been put on now as well. So I actually bought that from him at the showdown, but wasn't powder coated. I took it home and I had it powder coated separately and then put on. So but it all looks great together, and the rest of it's just been cleaned up. You know, we had, along with a couple other things, the fuel regulator ended up being stripped out, so I had to get another one of those, and because I had them redo the fuel system. If you remember from the the previous setup, the fuel lines, it wasn't, the return setup just wasn't right. It was tapped into the fuel filler neck, and anyway, it was all ghetto. But when I had, the lines were actually going right across the cam gears here, and they were hovering about an inch above the cam gears, and they were like zip tied above the cam gears. And I was like, hey man, if you can do something to just clean that up. And obviously he did. It's a lot better setup now. So I feel a little bit more confident about that. Got the BC coilovers on there. I'll tell you what, that along with I got the full polyurethane bushings set in there. My control arms were shot, so we burned those out, put some new ones in. This thing handles amazing. It just had some pretty much the stock shocks and some eye box on there, and it was just like complete trash. With these BCs on and all new polyurethane, I don't know why I say urethane, but polyurethane bushings, is just, this thing feels amazing. I love it. So I want to hurry up and get to the tuning part now. I'm going to go over everything that was changed in a list in another video. So for right now, let's get to the tuning. I'll go over this real briefly for those of you that haven't done this, but you know, to get a log on a, this is a Diablo Sport Intune 2. Basically, you're going to go to the scan tool function. Say yes. And then that's where the data logging is, if you can see that. And when you hit record, it's going to ask you to turn on the ignition key, but don't start the engine. You can already have that on. I think I actually like to start with it off and then turn it on when it asks, but I think it'll recognize it. Okay, now it says ensure the engine is running. Alright, and then when you see all these parameters on the screen, that means that you know that it is logging. So I'm going to let this idle for, I don't know, probably about a minute, and just record that. I'll be right back. When you're done, there's a back button in the upper left hand corner. All you do is hit that. It asks you, do you want to save this log? You just hit yes, and then it'll take a minute to save it. Logs do take a little bit of time to save on this thing, I guess just because there's not a lot of memory. You know, so it does take a little while. The longer the log, the longer it's going to take to save. Alright, with this car, I am now going to have to climb under to open my cutout. So I had Johnny install the electronic one. So I'll show that to you now. So nice to be able to go from just you know, moderate exhaust level to extreme with the flick of a switch. So I know a lot of people have it out there, but I didn't have it on my old one. I had to climb under and undo the bolts, and I just hardly ever did it. But to be able to instantly flex when you need to, it's fun just to go from funny to rowdy real quick. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned again for what's to come in store. Sent the logs over to Nigel's. Hopefully he'll get back to me relatively soon. And thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. Throw a like if you did. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. Catch you on the next one.